right, my guest. Hello, this is Terry Joyce. We're getting ready to do Hollywood Hemptress Hour. I am getting things ready. Oh, there we are. We're getting a call from Time from Hemp, and I'm having difficulty answering it. All right, here we go. Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am mellow. And Steve Danks is stoked, and Sasha finished all the details on the website. Everybody's archive is fucking up to goddamn date.
Awesome. That's so great.
And guess what happened to see add people? Let's see. Steve, S-T-E-V-E. There we go, Steve. And everybody, the other people are over at Norfarts, right?
Actually, Kevin just messaged me. They're going to both be on separate.
Hello, baby, I love you.
Hi, Steve.
Hi.
and let's see, then we get Norfart. Let's see.
Yep.
Oh, we're on air now.
Oh, not yet. Not quite yet.
Oh.
He's adding Kevin.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in again tonight, Steve. You know, my guest he flaked on me, so.
Right.
Oh well.
Can I just mention something? Casper has forgotten to tell us that there's a big green button we need to be pressing, which is called a donate button to keep Casper alive, because without him, we haven't got time for him.
Right.
Right. So, naughty boy Casper, and I do expect to see a big green button tonight, and I think we better start telling our listeners, if they want to listen to us.
Hey, I'm trying to log in. I'm having some issues.
Hey, I also wanted to tell people that today on my program, since we began broadcasting on October 17th, today on December 17th, we broadcasted on my show the 420th hour of broadcasting.
That's awesome.
Oh my God.
Right, so can we have a button to press so that we can get to 880 then, please?
Exactly. But I thought that's cool. We've done but tonight, now get ready to start. This will be like 427 or 28 hours. And every hour of broadcasting that this network has done so far has been fucking amazing. There's not 1 hour of broadcasting I would go in there and go, you know, that needs to be cut.
Yeah.
There's not it's all paper, fiber, fuel, education, patience, fun, loving. And it's just been, I am so fucking stoked to be part of that
And I am stoked to be with you. Thank you very much, Casper, for giving us the facility to do this.
Yes.
And I want to say this, Sasha just finished, walked out the door, he just finished the entire website. All the archives are currently, every program that we have broadcasted up to this very moment is now on the proper bio archive page, or it's been shoved up into iTunes and on Spreaker and SoundClouds. Every page is working right on the timeforhim.com page. We are ready to kick ass. We got almost 430 hours of great content and a kick-ass website. As of this moment, we are ready to move forward and let the whole fucking world know, God damn it, it's time for hemp.
It's time. Terry, can I make a suggestion? I believe this is your show we're coming on to later. Could we invite Casper on to tell us about this, please?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, Terry.
Yes.
Are we calling Kate and Mark?
No. Kate's gonna be on. Kate's gonna be on tomorrow night.
Okay.
I talked to her. She was a little bit confused. She thought that you meant like Friday, and then I thought, well, you know, that's okay. You know, maybe I can combine Kate and Mike together. Is that not a good thing?
No, that'd be great.
Okay.
It'll work.
All right.
Is that you, Norbert?
Huh?
Who else is on with us? Norbert?
North Platte is with us.
Oh, you. Well, lovely. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Hi, North Platte. We missed you.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I've missed you guys too.
Yeah, he's coming over as well, Terry. He's going to come and stand on the hill with us. The big old Viking now.
Are you gonna come? Are you come? I'm gonna go to the UK and meet Steve.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to broadcast. We're going to broadcast from the hill in Hastings.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That would be really fun.
May the 1st. May the 1st is May Day here. We celebrate May Day.
Oh, yeah?
Fifth grade pagan festival. The whole town. You will be absolutely amazed. It's May Day. May Day is a traditional planting day of seeds into the ground in England, and it was really all to do with planting of the hemp. May the 1st is a traditional day in England to plant hemp when all the villagers came together. I'll tell you this story on air sometime, yeah?
Well, we're getting ready to go.
Well, we can go now if you want.
Might be this sometime.
Vision is to have a broadcast coming from Hastings Hill at the massive Great Pagan Festival, and also I'm arranging something for the whole of the UK to do on that fine day concerning the cannabis culture. And so far, we're all going to stand behind me.
And I'm going to get my visa. Not my visa. I mean my passport.
The green button, Casper. The green button is quite important, Casper.
All right. Well, we're going to go live here in just a minute.
Yes. Oh, God almighty. Sorry, I've had about 3 hours sleep since we was last on air.
So have I.
That's the town where there are no small joints, just small stoners. Where Kush is a girl's best friend, and law breaking is the new liberty. It's the Hollywood Hemptress Hour, hosted by your honey blonde Hemptress, Terry Joyce.
Welcome to Hollywood Hemptress Hour on the Time for Hemp Network on iHeartRadio. And we were just mentioning how we're all sleep deprived right now. All of us, every single one of us has not had ample sleep.
I'm not sleep deprived.
Huh?
I had to stop 3 hours to have some sleep.
Right.
Not in the way.
I mean, they say that there's no sleep for the wicked, right? Or the good.
And you don't know how wicked I really am.
So, I should probably...
This is the home of Alistair Crowley.
Oh, don't talk about Aleister Crowley with us.
Yeah, this is where his town was. This is his town.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
This is where, Crowley, this is where he passed away.
Huh.
Well, for the listeners to know who they're actually really listening to, I want to announce everybody who's here on the show tonight. We've got Northblatt Forsgren, Kevin Korn. Both of them are from Hardcore Entertainment and the show Trips. And then we also have back again by popular demand from the UK, living in the place where Aleister Crowley died, is Steve Danks. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
The show, Steve.
You there? Are you morning or evening?
Well, we're evening right now, so you have sunshine, we have darkness.
No, we're still in the dark. The darkest.
Oh, that's right.
Past.
It's 12 a.m.
It's 12 a.m. right now. It's 12:05 in the morning. Yeah, I love it. We're bringing in the new day with talking about hemp.
I've been dying to say this. Good morning, America. Just a long last. Thank God for that. Oh God.
And we also have with us the founder of Time for Hemp, Casper Leach, who is also with us tonight. Welcome, Casper, to Hollywood Hemptress Hour.
Hello and happy holidays to everybody out there who is listening to the Time for Hemp Global Broadcasting Network. And
On that point, can I have a link to put it up on my people need to listen to it? I haven't got a link yet.
Oh.
We can make that happen.
Sure, we can do that. We'll make sure that you get a link and you can post it to your friends. Yeah.
In one day, there's 1,000 of us.
I think there's actually, you can get a Spreaker player code and post the player on your homepage so that anytime we're broadcasting live, they can listen to us there on your website.
I believe so. I'm looking for a tech head today to come and do all this for me.
Oh, groovy.
I didn't know that you could do that. Can you embed it into your Facebook?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know you can embed it into your own homepage.
Oh.
I think there's a few things that Casper hasn't been telling us, Terry.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do have some. We've kind of hit a landmark point in Time for Hemp. So do you want to share that with us?
Well, and it just so happened to be on my particular show. First of all, I'm looking at when we started broadcasting October 17th, And as of today, on my show, we broadcast and produced and released the 420th live segment from our network. So, and Terry, you're doing like 427 to 428 now. So we have now made 420 hours worth of information about ending prohibition, utilizing this plant for paper, fiber, fuel, and medications, how horrible it is to be incarcerating people for using this plant, how stupid it is to outlaw a plant in the first place, and globally raising the voice of the movement with Mike Fari in Spanish and the French version on Friday mornings, and people from Canada and Australia and all around the world coming on to this network day in and day out, and letting everybody around the world know that it truly is time for hemp. Also, in that 2 months' time, October, November, December, as of right now, I'm looking at it, we've had 36,400 plays just on Spreaker alone. This doesn't count the number of downloads from iTunes and SoundCloud and Tumblr and people listening on the site, and so that's exciting as well. And we've got
Wait,
about
then did you say 36,000 plays?
36,400 plays.
Plays, and what span of time has that been?
2 months.
Wow.
Nice. We're going. We're off. We're off. We're going to be the radio station to be on.
And keep in mind, we've only got 420 hours of content that we've developed, and we're 2 months out the gate, and we're being found by word of mouth and by accident. We haven't even stood up and said, hey, check us out, because we just finished the website today, and you can go and easily find all the content now. I love that. Anybody who goes to timeforhemp.com, first of all, they can find out who all of our hosts are, and then they click on the host bio page and learn about that host. And then it says right there archives, and you can click on the archive button and listen to a couple of programs from that host and see what kind of content is being presented here on the network.
That's all very good, Casper. But would you like to explain to us how you actually pay for all this?
You want to make me cry?
No.
How do you pay for this? Just straightforward.
Right now, I'm doing it with the 3 advertisers that were behind me when I was just a show.
And how can we help?
Get network advertisers now and donators, because
donators sounds. Could you explain the donators?
Wait. Terry's busting her butt right now to do advertising sales for her show and for the network. Okay. And we believe that within a 90-day period, we will land 3, 4, 5, 6 strong advertisers that will then start to be a bread and butter to cover the part-time staff needed and things that run this shop and this town. But right now, honestly,
honestly, we're all really struggling, I'm gonna include myself in there in that category. Like I think Casper and I kind of and Casper more than me, has just said, okay, we're just gonna put our energies into this. And I had a part-time job too that I'd quit, and so we're down to skimming on the bottom. But you know what? Here's the thing: we have hope, and we have good friends like Steve Danks and Kevin Korn and North Platte Fourscreen, and also all these wonderful other hosts that we have on this network. So I think that it's time to really say, hey, let's put some money into hemp. Let's support this, and help us have a voice out there and a voice of change. And
that's the cool thing that Terry tapped onto. I forgot to mention, all of our hosts are well-known activists from all around the world, and they've got a large following as well. And their following will gravitate to this network and find all the other shows. And we've just begun. We've only got 25 hosts. When it's all said and done, I'm hoping to have 50 to 60 and having a clock content that's going on full time. And so I'm really excited about what's happening here. And right now we got 16,991 followers on Time for Hemp Twitter. So
Wow.
I'm just 9 shy of having 17,000 followers on Twitter, and so I think that's cool.
I
Okay,
think
this
that's
is all.
cool.
How can we use this donate button today?
Well, you can find the donate button at timeforhemp.com. It's on the front page, and it's on the, if you click on advertise with us page. So it's on 2 spots now. And
Is it
I've said
very?
1,000 people donated $4.20. That would give us a real kick. Because we need 90 days worth of help to get us over this bump. And then I think Time for Hemp is going to be majorly self-sufficient and a flagship network for the whole world to find the truth about how it's important to end prohibition. Thank you.
Well, I've got $10 in my bank account. I'm going to send 5 over now. You got half of my money, half of my absolute total wealth.
Thank you. And thank you for giving me a chance to soapbox about this, because it is an exciting day. The website's doing
I think, honestly, I think it's absolutely outrageous that you haven't told us. But there you go. That's me.
You know, I wonder if like a little mini telethon might be in order too, like a certain amount of hours or something. I'm just an idea. Um, where we broadcast something and then we do like a drive for contributions or donations. As a matter of fact, ironically that we're talking about this, I actually did a rant at a at the last show about how the hemp industry needs to sponsor us. And I don't know if you have that queued though, but maybe we can play it and take us out into the commercial break with it.
And which one is that? What's the title?
It's called I think it's called Sponsor Hemp Rant.
Oh yes, sponsor the hemp industry.
Yeah, and it's going to end a little bit early when it goes dead. When you hear the last line of me speaking, I just go ahead and hit the other music if it's possible, because I took it off of an MP3 that has a little bit of extra credits going up, plugs on it. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like you, I've often thought, there are so many people who are making a huge amount of money off the hemp industry, and even posting about it. There's this one trucking company. They're like a trucking company. They make a grow house in a semi truck. All right, it's a grow house that's designed to fit the air conditioning and light and this and that. He talked about how he sells 15 or 20 a day, and he sells them for $40,000 or $80,000 a pop. Ha ha ha! I said, well, don't you want to advertise on my show? Oh no, I don't want to be associated with the marijuana movement because of all the legalities that go with it. We advertise like it's for tomatoes and stuff, but well, I'm saying you're here at the damn expos, you're here at the marijuana expos, and you're reaching out to the marijuana movement that way. Why don't you advertise? Well, we don't want to. So that's right. It is time that people decided to start sponsoring the hemp industry here at Time for Hemp.
It's called You're Either With Us or Not, isn't it? What was that?
I'm playing now.
Oh, okay, he's gonna play the piece.
See, he's working to sponsor. You know why he's working to sponsor? Because he knows this shit is down. All right. And here's the deal: we do need fucking sponsors, people. I know.
Absolutely.
All right.
Keep us alive. We've been working hard.
So we can get a big radio station. Really fucking exist, but you know what? We still.
That's as loud as I can get it, and that's what I got to work with.
Okay.
And we will advertise the shit out of you. We will wear your swag. We will say your name over and over. Like, you know how TV says you gotta remember something 3 times? We'll say it 3 times to ourselves. It'll be boom, it's my brain, it's my virus. And just out of nowhere, we could be talking to ourselves, but we will give a shout out to your fucking company, okay?
Shout out!
That's it. Like,
Hardcore entertainment!
And I think this is, I think the shout out should become something new for people. I'm gonna go on the shout out campaign because you know what? We don't shout out to people enough. We don't tell people that who they are. Just shout out to people. Hey, I want to shout out at that guy that's on the corner every day wearing a gray outfit, and sometimes when I walk by, you give me a really nice spot. I'm giving a shout out to you, dude. Just shout out. That's our new way of advertising. We just shout it out. If we like your company, we didn't call you up. We live in a for your fucking company. Now just put some goddamn money in the motherfucking hemp movement and us, the artists. You know what? Because I know you're fucking out there listening. All right, and you're going, fuck yeah, I wish I was at that party. Yeah, you do. You do wish you were at that party.
Right,
So let me tell you something. Fucking money for us. Yeah, so we should say we actually pay. Stop it, I'm rolling my joint and we'll fucking have your motherfucking rolling paper. We will smoke it in front of people. And we will tell people, hey, I'm in Washington where it's legal and I'm using blank. And guess what? This is how the new motherfucking economy happens. Okay, you know, I mean, this is how we stop the fucking oil companies. Don't buy their fucking oil. Make the hemp oil, put it in your fucking cars and go, fuck you, I'm driving with it anyways. And guess what, motherfuckers? I don't need your motherfucking oil. Yeah. I mean, you know, let's get fucking real here. Do we have a new economy or do we not? Hey, my email, I don't even normally give it out, but for you motherfuckers that download this on iTunes because you're too late, you took too many pharmaceuticals, you can't jack off tonight. And you're out there, you're like, fuck, I'm a hemp farmer and I make some products. I'm gonna go and advertise on that girl's show. My email is hollywoodhemptress@gmail.com. And put some dimes into this and keep this message out. This show is going global. This goes to France, to Germany. I hope, like, you know, if you listen to this, you want other people to share and go, here's these motherfuckers in Washington. Having, like getting together and, like, creating some great beats and entertaining and telling you the motherfucking whatever comes out of our heart, you better put some motherfucking money behind that shit. Call me. Email me. I'm on Instagram. All right? I'm off my soapbox now.
Fire up, man.
Hemptress Hour on the.
No, the song's still playing. Do you want to hear the rest of it, or do you want to chat during the song?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I mean, what do you guys feel like?
Let's chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I like being able to talk during the song.
Okay. All right.
So have you seen what we started doing today, Steve?
Go for it.
Hold on, let me see if I can fix that.
Can you get out your goldfish bowl, please, Norbert? Can you be a human, please?
Excuse me?
Excuse me. You sound like a goldfish in England.
Did you see what? Why is it so loud?
It's weird. You got a weird echo. It's like you're God right now.
Sounds like Sammy Terry, the Sammy Terry feature.
How's that now?
Okay, let's try to get. Say something, Kevin.
Can you hear me now? That's you, dude. I turned mine off. Oh no, it's still on.
It's like you have reverb.
How about that? How's that normal?
That's normal.
Okay. We'll do it like that. Did you see what we started doing today, Steve?
No, what did we start doing
We
today?
arrested and sentenced our first bankers. The CEO and chairman of Summit Bank were sentenced to 3 years in prison for falsifying documents.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's the very first. I assume it's going to get appealed and go to. It's going to hit the Supreme Court before it gets said and done. But
We're coming back now.
All right. You know what? We can go into that too, Kevin. Hold on. Let's talk about that.
And when we come back, I'm going to disappear for a minute, but I'll let you know when I come back.
Okay. Welcome back to Hollywood Hemptress Hour on the Time for Hemp Network on iHeartRadio. And I actually am in studio with Kevin Korn and Northblatt Forsgren and Steve Danks. And thank you for being here tonight. And just one last thing I want to say about, donating. Like, again, I do want to take a moment. This is a really important cause. And all of us that are here tonight, at 12 o'clock in the morning, because we're like night owls and stuff, but we actually really believe and we actually want to do something about making this plant legal all over the world. We really believe in what we're saying, and that's why we're here. If you enjoy us, and just hit that donate button. I also made a video out of that little rant. I did it kind of like Scanner Darkly, and it's on YouTube. I'm going to be putting it out in all the forums, with a blog and where people can donate. Sorry if I offended anybody out there, but really I don't give a fuck. Okay, anyway, let's move on.
The people of Washington government. Oh my God.
Speaking of Washington, something happened in Washington today, Kevin. Or there's some bankers got arrested. So Kevin, you want to give us the details on that?
well, it's been going on, I guess, since 2005. But it was a father and son, chairman and CEO of Summit Bank out of Seattle, Washington. And they aren't, what I find weird is they're not getting busted for embezzlement. They're getting busted for fraud, for falsifying paperwork to the FDIC and claiming that they had all this money and had all these clients that they didn't have. And so they were sentenced today to 3 years in prison. After that, they have to do like 6 months parole or something, and then they get like another year of probation after that. So they're pretty much stuck for the next 4.5 years. I assume I assume they'll appeal it. I mean, this will probably go all the way to the Supreme Court because this will set a precedence. Because if it doesn't go to the Supreme Court, I see they should just start falling down left and right after this.
I think that would.
They all did it during the bubble crisis. They all did it. They all gave out bad mortgages and falsified paperwork and then repoed houses that they weren't even supposed to touch.
Well, I think they're damn lucky because if they'd been found with £2 a pot in Malaysia, they'd have been hung by the neck.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were just talking about this last night about they were doing this. Where are they doing this? In Greenland, Iceland? They're arresting their bankers.
Arrested all their politicians, threw them all in jail. I don't think they've even given them sentences. They can't be asked to take them to court. They're just sitting in there rotting at the moment, waiting for some justice. Buses might take a long time to come in Iceland because they're quite busy rebuilding their economy. Yes. I don't think they've got time, really, to sort of drag these people through the courts for the crimes they've committed. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's great. We started it. It's going to go down. It's the first one of its kind, and I hope to see a lot more of it because these, I hate banks, one, and they just rip you off. I mean, here, we'll hold your money, and you can pay us to do it. I have a pocket, a wallet.
Well, they're quite lucky. I personally don't. I've spent 20 years in this industry. I think I've spent about most probably near on £3.5 million, all in all, and I've got £10 in my bank account today. Do you know what? I am so happy to be here. They can stuff their money.
Exactly.
Well, a while ago, it seemed like a year ago, I was hearing about all these possible arrests of certain individuals. And I felt that we were going to have that happen. I guess, again, you can put it underneath the umbrella of conspiracy theory stuff. But there were sources that saying that there were certain people that were being investigated, bankers and things like this, that were going to be arrested, and that there was massive arrests that were lined up, and nothing happened. And so when you bring this story on, finally that we do have a banker that's being arrested. What were we going to say, Northflat?
Yeah, all our bankers got bonuses.
Right. Well, yeah, and then if you really think about it, I mean, you don't even have to think about it. The same people that are involved and have the Federal Reserve are the same people that are they're connected to the people that are the bankers. They own the Federal Reserve, own the banks own. You know what I mean? They're all interconnected, so they basically build themselves out. And it's well, don't worry about it if you mess up. I'll just go ahead and bail you out. It's like it's like your big daddy or something, bailing you out.
You was lucky in America. In England, it was the taxpayers that paid for it. Every taxpayer in England had to pay to bail the banks out. And do you know what? They got a really rough deal out of it, because when they brought their banks back at a very low cost, they got a 40% bonus for good work. Now, if I cock up in my job, when I don't get paid, most probably I sack myself.
Yeah, it's almost. I mean, do you feel like it almost feels like it's done on purpose?
I don't care what it's done for. It's pointless.
Yeah.
How can a company run it into the ground, expect the taxpayers to pay for it, and then give yourself a 40% bonus? That's like, hello. I wish I could run a company like that. I'd bankrupt it every day. What the hell? What system is that?
Yeah. Well, the good thing is that just to think about it. Well, at least if they're they're going to go to jail. Now, I've always thought about
No, actually, no, that's wrong putting them in jail, because that costs us money. Make them go and sweep the streets. Make them go and look after the poor and the homeless. What's the point of putting them in jail? That costs us money. They don't work. They're fit and healthy, aren't they?
Right?
what do you think? What?
What? Oh, I thought the mic was off. Oh, no, he thought the mic was off.
Oh, okay. Well, I've always done, this is kind of off the beaten path, but, when you think about, currency, I was thinking well, there's money, and then what was money originally based on gold, right? Yeah. So you print the money for the value of the gold, so the money's, it's like a little, it's almost like a check, for the actual gold. And then a check is for the money, and the credit card is for the money, and then there's, then it goes on and on and on. And if you really think about it, it's like now everything is so inflated that money it's just being printed. It's not even real anymore. It's like monopoly money, theoretically,
So, get this. So Obama's first year in office, what did he make? Do you remember? Or you probably have.
Oh, well, he saved. Well, I know he saved the banks. I mean, he was the president that.
Pennies.
He saved pennies.
He made pennies. The first year in office, he made pennies that cost 3.5 cents per penny to make. And they're only worth a penny.
Even if the money's worth. Exactly.
Okay, so he spent 3.5 times more than the money that he made to make it. If that doesn't scream somebody's trying sense to me.
Well, put it to me. I make creams and lotions, so if it costs me £10 to make a cream, why would I? Why would I sell it at £5?
Right.
Make it.
Exactly.
By the way, I don't have a formal education, but hello, I don't think I really need to go to Stanford University to work that out. If something costs me £10 to make and I only sell it for £5, isn't that called a loss?
Right, it is.
I thought it was.
Now, also, in the last 10 years, how many major counterfeiting operations have we seen go down?
Well,
I know that China, we're trying to keep our bills. We're trying to keep our bills from being printed by China. It's not a matter of counterfeit operations in the U.S. or criminals or anything like that are making the money. It's other countries. It's China. China is doing the same thing that they do with any other product. They're knocking it off.
Yeah, of course.
They've got whole factories and fucking shit businesses set up.
Over there, do you know anybody selling it?
American money.
And on the new $100 bills, we have the yen strips. They're the same strips that are on the yen. The same strip. The holographic strip, that's on a yen. $100
On
bills.
a positive note, does anybody know any Chinese that are floggers, son?
No, I.
Chinese what?
Sell us some money. I don't mind buying black market money.
Well, I've always thought about like, why can't you make the cannabis your currency?
Well, cannabis is our currency. All our paper money contains 33% hemp fibre. Most of the money around the world, besides the plastic money like America, Australia, there's a few other countries, is printed by the Bank of England.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, they don't have a Federal Reserve.
We actually print money for all the other countries.
Granted, you guys are on you have let's see here, ties with the IMF, right? The International Monetary.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that on that end, they're trying to make a one world or at least a European currency with the euro and whatnot.
We've already got that. England's the only one that doesn't belong to the euro.
Yeah.
It's all one currency called the euro. Except for England, we've kept our sterling with the picture of the Queen on it.
Which, from what I understand, the euro is doing horribly, isn't it?
It's doing horribly. Now the pound's always pretty strong against everybody else's currency because we actually control the money at the city. That's where the money's controlled, at the city of London. Yeah.
You know what's interesting though? Is Bitcoins now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's they've even gone further. There's the new coins. They're not even Bitcoins. They're something else. The one you had those.
Oh yeah, I can't even remember what they're called. They're calling them something else other than Bitcoins. They're trying to get away from the Bitcoin because the Bitcoins had so much negative press about the New World Order and whatnot, and one world governments and whatnot. They're trying to get away from the Bitcoin franchise and trying to call it something else.
Well, that's interesting. That brings us on to the subject. If we're all dealing in hemp, we're all talking the same language. Isn't there somebody out there that can give us some hemp money to deal with? We're all trading hemp money.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Like, like why not just hemp money?
Well, Bitcoins. We can take Bitcoins.
Before we decided to let the government take over our pot, it was that was the other form of currency.
But we never run out of our currency. We just keep growing.
Well, it used to be that I could take an ounce of pot, and that was worth $300 basically. I could turn around and I could whether I sold it, whether I traded it, whether I usually bartered it.
It was bartered.
I usually barter it off. And I could get whatever I wanted to buy with money with pot, and usually I could get even a better deal with pot than I could with money.
Yeah.
I got a computer once for trading an eighth of weed for it.
See?
See, the Furry Freak brothers have said, pot will see you through times of no money better than money will see you through times of no money. Pot will see you through times of no money better than money will see you through times of no pot.
Exactly. That was the Fabulous Furry Freak brothers?
Really was, yeah.
That's awesome.
All right,
That was one of my first comic books was the Fabulous Furry Freak brothers.
Yeah. But that is a good point, though. It's this hemp money. We're all trading in hemp. Surely we can trust each other enough to trade a bit of hemp money.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why Obama is laying off the pot, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go with a national. I'm sure they're going to make it nationally legal here real soon. And the reason I think is because we have the VAT going through in 2014. Now, a lot of people don't realize that Obama passed the VAT tax back in 2007. Or 2007, back in 2010, I believe, was the VAT, and it was supposedly it's only a 4%, a 4% tax on anything bought or sold in the United States, period.
You know, Northblatt, you guys, we're gonna have to take.
I know you guys have had it.
We're gonna have to take. I hate to interrupt, but we have to take a commercial break. And because this would be where we'd make some of that hemp money. So we're gonna make some of that hemp money right now, and we'll be right back after the hemp break.
So Terry, you have swag, right?
I have swag.
Yeah, like Hollywood Hemptress swag.
I have all of my logos all designed and ready to go. I just don't have any physical. I've got. You could get some. You could get some very expensive T-shirts on Cafe Press, and that you make no money off of at all.
Yeah.
So I need to pull those off and get it to a different online store.
Okay. I wanted some swag to go to all of the fucking distributors or the whatchamacallit, the pot houses around here. I wanted to go and go get us some sponsors.
Also, Terry, if you instead of going online, talk to Jesse. He's got a guy who screen prints and does printing for all sorts of stuff. His name's Michael.
Okay.
And it's dirt cheap.
Really?
Yeah, dirt cheap. That's why they have so many. That's why they have so much swag and stuff. His name's Michael Mullins.
Okay, you know what? And
guy in Portland.
I've heard about. Thank you for mentioning that to me because Jessie L'esposito was rolling up all their Fight Church stuff, and she said, and she also, what else they do? They go and get like those from the where Goodwill. And they're dollar bags. There's just bags of clothes. You just give $1 for it. You just take it. You don't know what you're gonna get. They take that stuff and take those shirts and print on them and sweatpants or whatever.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Huh?
Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's see if I can.
Actually, a decent product at a really, really cheap rate, and then you get it screen printed on there with your logo. And you spent maybe $5 for that shirt, and you can turn around and sell that for $10 to $20, depending on the show you're doing.
And it's recycled. That's the most important thing, because also as well, do remember the cotton industry is one of the big polluters of the planet. For every ton of cotton, they use 7 tons of pesticide and fertilizer. No more cotton.
Oh, absolutely. They were one of the proponents for the illegalization of hemp.
You see it promoting the cotton industry.
Yep.
The cotton industry is our enemy.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
It wasn't just nylon. It wasn't just DuPont. It was cotton as well that fucking brought down the hemp.
You know it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it seems like hemp has always been this miracle plant that these other people took over and put up these other industries that would only do one thing. Like hemp is a multitasker.
Yeah.
What it does, because it grows everywhere, it disempowers central government and re-empowers local government. Grow locally, think globally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you've stated hemp, you don't need centralised government. You're self-sufficient.
Yep. Exactly.
Exactly.
That's part of the reason why I think they're after legalization of marijuana right now, is so they can get it out of the hand. They want to get everything they can possibly get out of the hands of the working class, out of the private sector.
Well, hopefully, that there's enough of us working class that is awake enough to not let that happen.
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
mean, if
we
you could,
have much of a choice once we let them have it. I mean,
They're going to have to pass that TPP first before they do anything. They're going to pass that bill before they legalize anything because they're going to get their hands on. They're going to have the legality rights to it first.
uh-huh.
Oh,
I mean, don't we have anything? I mean, do we? I mean, now it's already is that already to the Senate? I mean, like what? How much power do we have now to stop them from doing that at this point?
that's a good question.
We're back with more Hollywood Hemptress Hour on the Time for Hemp Network, and it's so fun here on doing the radio with these guys. We get so jazzed about what we're talking about that we continue talking about things during the break, and but fortunately, I'm also live streaming on the Hollywood Hemptress Hour Ustream. So look up ustream.tv /channel /the slat hyphen Hollywood hyphen Hemptress, and you can watch my Ustream video that I do every night during the broadcast as well. We were, we went from discussing currency to how awful cotton is, and then, I mentioned that hemp. It's funny that these people created all these different industries that only serve one purpose, whereas like hemp can do so many things. It's like the multitasker of seed. And then we discussed how how what's going to happen with the hemp plant. Is it going to go to basically big corporations, and it's not going to be left for us to have and benefit for and be able to make sure that the plant stays pure, or is it going to go to something like Monsanto, and we're just going to have more of the same thing? And right now there's it's the TPP, which is now, is that in our Senate right now, Kevin?
TTP has nothing to do with
TTP?
the Senate.
On the Senate. Yeah, it's not really a bill.
I didn't think so. Okay.
Bill, and what they're doing it's not really a bill. It's an agreement. It's called the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement, and what they're basically doing is they are classifying plants by genome and strains, and then they are doing it by regions as to where that strain originated from, and then those countries are going to, if that strain and genome originated from that country then will have, or that government for that country will then have the rights to that plant. They will own the copyright, basically, and trademark of that plant.
It's kind of like a G8 roundtable. It's not. It's world leaders, but not really. They're the ones that aren't in the light.
They hold the money.
They're getting together and they talk. And what's really weird is that the countries that are involved just happen to be some of the largest textile countries in the world. A lot of Asian countries that a lot of our textiles go through and are produced in, and it's just it's just very interesting reading this TPP agreement, and knowing that what they're talking about is hemp and cannabis, just marijuana in general, and it's almost scary.
Well, Kevin was reading some of it to me on trips, and I go, what are they talking about? I mean, this sounds like it's the cannabis plant that they were definitely couldn't like really come to agreement on how that was going to be handled. It just sounded like that. I can't think. It sounds like you can't think of another plant that would have that people would want to start wanting to control at this point.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And then on top of that, most of those countries, most of the countries will put you to death for having pot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of those countries. As a matter of fact, I just Steve, you sent me a petition that I signed just the other day about a woman who was.
I did too. A 26 standing in a bus station. They gave her she'd come from Thailand. She was in Malaysia, which is just across the border. She was on her way to see her auntie or something. She had a 6-year-old son with her. Somebody said, could you just look after my 2 bags while I go and get a coffee or something? She said, yeah. Put the 2 bags down. The police came and arrested her. There was £2 a pot in them. She's now on. Well, she's been sentenced today with no right to appeal.
It's insane.
Yeah, I mean that's insane. And these are the same countries that are talking about legalizing, not only legalizing but industrializing hemp and marijuana. I say hemp and marijuana, but only because there are people out there that don't realize they're the same thing. When I talk about hemp, I'm talking about textile. When I talk about marijuana, I'm talking about.
I tend to split it down into two vehicles. One is the agricultural hemp, and the other one is obviously the medical and recreational side of our family. We have two sides of our family. Agricultural,
Exactly.
yeah. But they do cross-pollinate quite. That's one of the other things about trying to this geno on it and trying to. Every other plant is very easy to do because it really has a very basic DNA structure. The sort of the DNA structure, plant structure of cannabis sativa L. Or ruderalis, whatever else you want to call it, is it keeps changing all the time. It's very hard to pinpoint.
Yes.
And that's again why industry doesn't like it, because it doesn't obey the standard norms of industry, because it's a living plant.
It's evolving.
It's evolving all the time, and each one is completely different to the next. You grow cotton, every strain of cotton is the same as the last strain, not hemp.
Right. It's evolving. I mean, I've watched. I have a few friends that are growers, and I've watched their crops go from being high THC to all of a sudden no THC and tons of CBDs.
Well, it's a weed, and that's what weeds are. That's what weeds do. Is they are the adapters. You know, they adapt to their surroundings so they can live. And that's the whole point of a weed, is to kill. Is to live off of everything around it. Try to win the battle of life.
Yeah, and cannabis or agricultural hemp wins every time because it grows so quickly. And what it does is it's clever. It just shades the light to the other plants. It blocks out the light. And as we all know, when we don't have any light, what happens? We wither and die.
We turn to fertilizer.
We turn to fertilizer, as we say down. We
Well-
turn to fertilizer.
One of the questions that I had asked is like, okay, so let's say the TTP is did I say that right? It's the TTP, not the.
TPP.
Okay, yeah. Now they're making all these decisions, and so once they make them, then I guess we abide by them. I mean, do we as people not have any say against those people?
They own 56% of the world's GDP. So I mean, it's
56% of the goods processed, all of everything made in the world, they own.
Okay, okay. So what does that mean for us? I mean,
of the whole thing. Living in America, we're not supposed to have world leaders having group and making group decisions about our fucking country in private overseas with anybody.
Especially with some of these countries we've looked at as terrorist countries, or Burma. Come on,
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm naive or something like that, but it seems like, okay, what's the point? I mean, if we don't have a governmental structure.
They're all trying. It's the gold rush, and they're all trying to claim their mine, their hole, they're all trying to stake their claims and get their claims and say, this is ours. This is our area right here. We own this. Anything that comes from here, we get the money for.
For instance, tie stick, right? Let's say tie stick. You get tie stick, and it's a certain family or group genome of plant, right?
Right.
Thailand wants exclusive rights to that gene, to that gene pool.
So anybody who bought it anywhere else in the world, the money would go back to Thailand.
But what happens when it crosses over into the border of Cambodia? Who owns it then?
Pirates.
Hello, it grows everywhere. It doesn't know about our human barriers. It doesn't have a passport. It goes anywhere it wants to. And the best thing to do is really forget all this rhetoric about even mentioning these people's names, because they don't even deserve any mention on our radio show. And really, if we want to free the weed, we go out and plant it everywhere. Get some seed and go plant it.
And
that's what
That's what it comes down to. That's what it's going to take, and that's what needs to be done.
started.
Is some fucking Johnny Appleseed type fucking, going around the country on a train throwing fucking seeds out a window.
Yeah, that's it. That's all it takes. And it's all over. Then they can control whatever they bloody well want because it will be everywhere. If they want to control everywhere, fine. Because everywhere keeps changing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's a great idea, actually.
Lori said we needed to start a hemp, it might have been you. See, and I agree. We need to go out and plant hemp. If every person who that is for the legalization of marijuana had one seed and planted it, it would start the revolution.
Well, Woody Harrelson did that pretty much, and he got arrested for it.
Told you to do. Your old president, just listen to him. He said, go out and plant hemp everywhere. It's good. Who was that? Washington or something?
It was Washington. Yep. Yeah, Washington was for it. Jackson was for it.
Constitution was written.
That's what well, why not obey them? They was presidents just because they're dead. Doesn't make any difference. They made good laws. Obey their laws.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who is he to tell you anything? If you don't want to obey him, don't obey him. We're only talking about planting seeds somewhere.
You know what I found funny? I found this out just last week, and I didn't actually ever realize it. That when you look at George Washington and Andrew Jackson and these Benjamin Franklin, we always see pictures of these guys and they're old, and they're these old men. But these guys came to America when they were 17, 16, 15 years old.
Yeah. I wonder what they looked like then.
When they were 19 years old. That's...
No, 19. No, 19.
They were young.
Yeah.
They were young when they got here.
Vietnam veteran in the Vietnam War was 19.
19.
No, 19.
And a lot of people don't realize how young these guys were when they were making these quotes and when they were writing our Constitution. These guys were in their 20s. These weren't 50, 60-year-old men sitting around a fucking table signing a fucking document. These were a bunch of middle-aged, 20-somethings.
Wow, I didn't know mid 20s or late 20s. That's not middle aged. Come on now. Well, for them, okay.
Wasn't that time?
I'm like, my God, what are you talking about?
No, that
I must be freaking ancient. All right.
We definitely live a lot longer now than they were.
Yeah. Okay, you guys, you know what? We do have to take a commercial break. We'll be right back with more Time for Hemp. And Hollywood Hemptress Hour.
Hey guys, halfway through the show, we haven't mentioned that donate button once.
We'll do it again after the break.
Thank you. It's important. We got to keep him alive. Otherwise, we can't do it, can we?
No.
This
is true.
In my room this time of the morning talking to myself.
Well, I'll tell you, why I was asking about the reason I was asking about the shirts and the swag and whatnot, Terry.
Yeah.
Was because I have an idea next. Well, I guess it wouldn't be Tuesday because I guess that's Christmas Eve. But the week after Christmas, I'd like to go out, and there's these dispensaries popping up everywhere. So I'm thinking if I go out and I hit every single fucking one of them, and get us, I'm sure we can get some sponsors.
Easy.
And if we had the swag to fucking give them, to kind of, I don't know, I guess it wouldn't be,
not even to give them, but you would look more if you walked in wearing it, having it. You don't have to give it to them. They can see it on you like a uniform, so they know who you are, what you're doing.
Right.
It's a badge of honor to wear hemp.
Exactly, a badge of honor.
It's a badge of honor. It's our international uniform, if you want one. It can be in any shape, any style, any colour. It can even be knickers if you like.
Panties.
Flash out hemp knickers.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sounds great. I will work on seeing what I can do and getting some swag.
I've done this before. I went through. I used to sell biscuits and gravy to all the fucking dispensaries. with no fucking card, with no pot card or nothing. I just go to the dispensaries with a fucking car full of biscuits and gravy and fucking talk to these guys. So I already have kind of been in with a few of them already.
Hey Steve, check your inbox. See
I will do. Thank you.
see if my email.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I mean, if the dispensaries won't invest in the hemp industry, then what they got? Well, they got no right to be in our business, surely.
Well, and that's the thing is if they don't get behind the Time for Hemp network, then what the fuck are they doing? What the hell are they here for?
Right. I agree with you on that one.
If they're not going to support it, then don't spend your money with them. Go to the other dispensary that does spend their money with us. Invest in that.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I'm getting at.
It's not rocket science, is it?
We're the only fucking Casper's the only network, the only network on fucking iHeartRadio that deals with hemp and that is pro cannabis, that is pro dispensaries, and if they if they want to stay around, they want to be heard. They want
They want to separate themselves from the other 4,000 dispensaries that are only a mile away.
We're coming back.
Okay,
There's
we're
also
back.
live, and we're the only ones doing it in different languages as well, too.
Absolutely.
Making Integro not only energy efficient, but environmentally friendly as well. No more switching out lands between vegetative and flowering stages. As nature intended, your lights get a steady dose of UV lights. That makes your plants grow healthier and strong. Integro products are manufactured in San Diego, California, and come with a written 10-year warranty. What Tesla knew that growers know now is that Integro lighting is the cost-effective addition to your bakery garden. To learn more or order now, go to inda-grow.com. That's INDA-GRO.com. Or call 877-452-2244 to answer any of your questions. These guys really know lights. Integro really is your sunlight in a box.
And we're back with Hollywood Hemptress Hour on the Time for Hemp Network. We are the only pro-cannabis network on iHeartRadio, and thank you for staying tuned in. Just want a little mention to you the fact that we are the only pro-cannabis network on iHeartRadio. Please give us a donation. Check out our website. If you like what you hear, you want to support us. If everybody, if 400 people gave us $4.20, like what is that? You smart guys, what is that? What would that equate to?
$4.20. That would be over $1,600.
No, I mean 400.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, you know what? I mean that's pretty good, right? I mean, but if you give us $420, then that would.
If we had everybody who was listening, these 26,000 downloads, if they gave us $1, that's $26,000.
That's right. So you know what?
50 cents.
36 downloads.
That would be $36,000. So if you want to put a dollar in, I mean that's all, just $1.
You know what? And we can guarantee that all of the money is going to go to the charity that you're sending it to. Well, there isn't going to be like a 3% of your money will go to the hemp fountain. No. You donate fucking $4.20 to Time for Hemp Network. That $4.20 is going to the Time for Hemp Network, period. It's not going for pot for us to smoke. It's going for it's going to keep us going.
It keeps our lights on. It keeps our food. We have food on the table, gas in our car, so we can get to point A to point B, and also that we can have the equipment to do what we need to do and feed our animals.
And then there's the other aspect of it, like we got board ops and we want to do programming around the clock. And in order to do that, you got to have somebody at the board dropping in the commercials and the ads and getting the guest on and the host on 24 hours a day. So that means you have to have at least a staff of 3 people. You got to pay salaries too.
Yeah. So we're really getting off the ground here. Where is that website at? You can find us at www.time4hemp.com. And the donate button is right on our website. And you know what? We thank you very much. We thank you for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Just want to put that out too.
Support you. you. If you support us, we will support you.
Right.
Into a good future.
And
A future.
and this is
If
our
you're investing your government, you ain't got a future. You got slavery at very worst, and most probably wholesale slaughter. Yeah. Invest in the hemp industry, and we will have a future for our children. One to be proud of.
That's right.
$1, one measly dollar. What do you buy for $1 in America these days? Anything?
McDonald's burger.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it?
It does, exactly.
well, and you can also get 2 tacos at Jack in the Box.
Sustainable
You know
future.
what else you get? You
Right.
get asked for $1 after anything you fucking do anymore. They ask if they can have $1 to put your name on a fucking shamrock or to fucking put your name on a what have ya. Fuck, I'll put your name on a fucking on a hemp leaf, man. I'll write your name on a pot leaf and post it up every fucking night on the goddamn on the show.
I'll do one than that. In England, it's legal to grow hemp. I will give you a rent-a-plant. You can I will grow it and video it for you, and it will be yours, and we put your name on it. Yeah. I'm going to buy you a sustainable future for $1, and you can watch it grow. You can watch your future grow.
There you go.
There you go. And if you buy half a dozen of them, we turn it into something. We turn it into a piece of paper. Buy a load of them, we turn it into a pair of jeans for you. I'll tell you what, we make you some fuel for your car if you want.
Yeah.
Or we make building material to build your house with. What do you want? You tell me what you want for your $1, and I'll give it to you.
Well, maybe the revolution is just everybody going out, like we were saying before. We become Johnny Hempseed. We all plant. We all make our own fuel. We all, convert our cars, and we just start driving them. We just start wearing the clothing, and we just start trading our own business. And like, oh look, I'll buy from you, you buy from me. What are they gonna do about it? What are they gonna do to us?
You can't stop us trading.
What?
You can't stop us trading. That's unfair trading.
Right.
You can't stop us trading. Otherwise, that's unfair trading.
Yeah.
We trade ourselves. Our money stays in our community.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Buy local.
Right.
Buy local, think global. Buy local, think global. Grow local, sell global.
Exactly.
Exactly. It's simple.
No, I really believe that this is like part of the beginning of shifting our economy. I don't know if any of you guys know who I know probably Casper knows, but Cheryl Schumann has been she's like, hasn't she been part of like making some big business deals with certain people, right? Casper? Oh, is he gone?
I'm not sure what to make of it. There's been a lot of people in the community who feel that she's been more or less motivated to push her own agenda, and they feel like they've been duped or tricked into like photo ops and situations that would give indication where they were supporting her when they really weren't supporting her. And I've had her as a guest on my show, and of course when she said she was going to help bring time for hemp revenue and attention and big name guests and make it all just a star-studded whatever. And then after she was a guest on the show, she didn't want to return my calls anymore. So you tell me, what kind of person do you think she is?
Right?
Oh, okay. So I mean, I have not had I haven't had that kind of experience with her before.
If she's listening in, could we have you on the radio show, please, Cheryl? And can we see the bank accounts, love? It's simple as that. Transparency. You see my bank account.
And don't forget, if we do have her on the show, she needs to hit the donate button.
Absolutely. We all have to this is the new mantra. Hit the donate button. Hit the big green button. Donate your $1. We will give you a sustainable future.
Donate buttons on the timeforhemp.com website.
Right. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Because I'm already thanking you because I know you already did it, right?
We need swag. Did you hear us? We need swag.
We need swag.
Now there is a difference between swag and swag. Okay, let's just get
What is the
that out.
difference?
You don't want swag. Leave your swag, for making, make a shirt out of your swag.
Or at least.
And make some swag out of your swag.
Because we speak the same language, but it's a different language. Because obviously you Americans don't speak the Queen's English. What is swag?
Well, swag.
Friends, girlfriend, I'll have you know, girlfriend, I do talk the Queen's English.
Dude,
Caps, bitch.
right, Hardy.
Thank you.
Press the green button.
So anyway, swag is like a radio station will have all kinds of coffee cups, hats, shirts, all that kind of stuff with their name on it that they give out at
Waltzing Matilda, I come a waltzing Matilda with you. Jolly Swag Man, it was his bag. Is what he
Well,
used to.
the swag man, yeah, I understand that. The swag man was his bag, was what he waltzed with.
Yeah. And in his swag bag, he kept his bits and bobs that he picked up along the way.
Yeah.
In sort of old England, the robber had his swag bag.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas swag is brown weed.
Swag?
Oh, okay.
Swag weed that doesn't get you very high. It's hemp.
Rick.
Well, I bet in the old days the swag bag was made out of hemp. That's as far as I'm going. I just know about hemp. I don't know about anything else. Is there anything else out there? Is there anything worth knowing out there?
I get swag is like it's like near beer for marijuana. Would you compare it to that?
Yeah, exactly. I have a bag of swag still.
You do.
It's horrible.
My surname is Danks. If you sort of put that into Google, the next name that comes up is normally marijuana, and so Dank is the old sort of hemp forests of the old Nordic countries. Or you come from the Dank land.
Well, it's really funny how your last name, like it's so appropriate for what you stand behind. It's almost like a cosmic accident, but then there are no accidents. You know what I mean?
Here, Dank is synonymous with pungent.
Thousands of years designing this. Accident? It's just nutcase. God made something by accident. He threw it all together. Just a big jumble of stuff and atoms and they all bounced off one another. And all of a sudden we ended up here. No, I don't think so.
But we had her tubes tied, and 6 years later they thought she had a cancerous tumor, and they went in to remove it. 30 seconds before they removed it, they realized it was me. Feed it. Asked her if she wanted to keep it because it could kill her. Said she would. She spent the last 6 months flat on her back, and then when she gave birth to me, she spent 6 weeks in the hospital. She almost bled to death. And on my birth certificate, it says I was born June 20th, 1955 at 4:20 a.m.
Wow.
1955, huh? Jesus Christ.
I'm a fine of vintage. I'm 57. A very fine vintage was the year 57. 55 wasn't bad.
Well, I was born at 4:20 in the morning.
Wow, that's super symbolic. I'm July 4th, but I'm not going to give you my year.
Well, mine, because in Portland, all the little boys like daddies, so I got, I'm old.
It's okay for a man to be old.
I'm not old. I'm regenerating. I was old last year when I died.
I'm regenerating too. That's a great way to think. We regenerate.
I'm regenerating.
That's right.
I mean, physically, I am regenerating. You can physically see that I am regenerating.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what marijuana does. Yeah. That's what cannabis does. It does regenerate. It regenerates your cells.
It's a regenerator. It's a planet regenerator. It's a cellular regenerator. It is a human regenerator. It is a regenerator.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's the fountain of youth.
I have to say, I just got the funniest message from one of our listeners.
Yeah.
And they said, and I'm going to quote here because I'm going to find it so I can really pull it back up. It's pretty funny. She said, "You guys sound like a donation phone bank where people call in to make donations." we're having a little telethon here. I said, "Good," because that's exactly what we're going for.
Exactly. We've hit the bar then. We've done our job.
Exactly.
She don't pay. That's the thing.
Right.
I'm going to say right now, are you donating $1?
Exactly. Did you donate donate $1 to tell us about what we're talking about, because that's what it boils down to. It's all right to tell us what we're talking about, but you can only listen to us talking about it if you donate, because otherwise we wouldn't be here for you to talk about. Does that make sense?
Well, it's if you look at, I mean, I've been listening to terrestrial radio lately, and some of the stations like the like the classical music, and of course there's KBOO, and your public, they're always doing it like a whole week donation drive, where they're going, this is how we get our donations. Um, I'm Revolution Radio. All of them, they're donation supported, and so they do like a moment where their hosts say, push that donation button. Probably, that might be something that might be a good idea, Casper, is to ask all of us to do that during our broadcasts. If everybody said that at least once. I mean, I don't think like we got super excited, and it's okay, because I think this would be a great if we episode to spin out to the public that way, or edit some of it, or the highlights of it, and social network it through our Facebook and our Twitter and Instagram or whatever. I mean, I think that maybe if we think that way too as well, we can make a difference. So, but I want to get off the soapbox. But I don't want the listener just to think that we have like 2 hours of us promoting ourselves for an entire show and not say anything.
Jerry's kids for the night.
Well, that's all they donate. Actually, that's all they are going to hear from me, because I'm not giving them my 20 years experience unless they're going to pay $1.
Are you right?
That's the matter. I don't talk. Simple.
Right.
Right.
It cost me £3.5 million to sit here with all this information.
Well, I wonder, I mean, I think a lot of people don't understand or actually realize the time and the amount of time spent on doing online media. I also do some fundraisers for another organization online that I'm with. They'll post donation buttons in their Facebook page, and people get really angry. Well, what do you need this for? Or what do you guys do? And they're just like, even like kind of like mean about it. But but I don't I know personally like what the amount of time is when you do online media. When you edit a video, a YouTube video, if you make it, to make it look really nice, you spend hours on it, all night, don't go to bed, I feel like right now I'm living at my computer, and so there's a lot of time. It is a full-time job. So, and I think that's why, there's value in this, and especially if like what you're doing is something that is educational to people, and it furthers positive things like legalization or awareness of a plant, or even if it's just some laughter. You got some music, some entertainment. You've got wonderful top of the line people. Chris Conrad. I mean, I just can't. These people are major. Yeah. They've been in this. So we have Steve Danks from the UK. I mean, from England. How many years have you been in the hemp business?
Since '94. I had to have 3 years off through sort of dying of sickness of hepatitis C and cancer. I'm back. Pretty much full time, full on, 24/7 since '94.
And how many other people do you? I mean, in your life, do you know personally that their lives got extended from using marijuana?
Well, I don't using marijuana. It's a bit of a tricky one. That how many people do I know that have extended their life by using this cannabinoid extract?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean cannabis oil.
Right at the moment, I know 3 people, and I'm one of them, that wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that. I've got 3 in Mauritian, and there's a few more coming on board. Yeah, but I personally can reach out and touch 3 people that are actually standing up today because of it. And if they hadn't have taken it, and I'm one of them, we'd be dead. Well, we would be in spirit world. That's a silly thing to say, dead. Yeah. And I actually quite like being on planet Earth. It's a nice place to be. I know it's got a lot of problems at the moment, but they can be sorted out quite easily. They're not insurmountable. Yeah. The ecology one is getting a bit very, there's a lot of work to be done there, for God's sake. But we're up for it. We can do it. We're intelligent people. We're strong working. We're honest. Yeah. We're loving beings. once we get rid of this petrochemical nightmare that we've gone through for the last 60 years, and it is only a blip in human history. Yeah, but it's got to go. It's come to an end. We all know that. Even the people that are running it know that. Come on.
Steve, I can honestly say too, I know at least one person who's alive today because of marijuana.
Yeah.
And that's my ex-wife. Someone offered to kill her. I smoked a joint. Said no, I'll divorce her instead. But it wasn't until
that's very noble of you.
until I smoked the joint that I come to the conclusion that I was divorce her instead of having her killed.
Did she leave you by any chance because you was a skint Hempster believing in some crazy cannabis dream?
Oh no, it was an arranged marriage. It was, we could get more money and loans for her college education, and
Okay.
her parents had a buttload of money.
I know a few of my partners have left me because once they actually found out what I do, talk about hemp 24/7, they just found me quite.
It turned out to be ugly, but instead of killing her, I got high and divorced her. So she's still alive.
See, cannabis cures.
Cannabis really does save lives.
It's murderer on your hands. You've got somebody that promotes ecological, sustainable.
But you know, it does do that for us, and maybe it stops us. I mean, not, maybe it wouldn't go to the point of killing somebody, but you know, when you're able, like, let's say there's something, a crisis, anger, an emotion that you can't handle specifically, and it's different than just like drinking alcohol or avoiding dealing with your life. You know, you smoke, you take a bong hit, you smoke a joint, you sit back, you know, you get centered, or you just relax and you just go, nah, it's not worth it, you know, or I'm gonna let this go. And you know, sometimes, you know, we do things that are irrational and they have ill effects. So you know, I never thought of the theory that it might actually affect us that way, where it saves us
It saves us
over and over again.
over and over and over again. She's been doing that for centuries. Terry, check your inbox again. The Green Goddess says it's okay to show people. You know that photograph?
Oh yeah, she did. She said I could show it.
You can show it. Open your inbox.
Okay, all right. I will do that. You know, thank you. Tell the Green Goddess that I said thank you. It's an honor to share it.
Share what?
Yes, Terry will show you.
Yeah, I'll show you. You know, after you know, I'll post it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll post it. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be exciting.
People to see her now. Yeah, she's here. She's arrived. She's been here. Well, she was always here for a very long time, but she showed herself to us. Or a very good friend of mine was the first person to see her for a long time.
Did my email get to you, Steve?
Yeah.
Did my email get to you, Steve?
No, I haven't. Nothing's come through yet.
I can tell you what did go through. I just made my donation.
Yay!
I need to do that in a minute. I'm so excited. I'm going to give half my wealth away today.
Just did too.
Half my personal wealth at the age of 56 to cannabis. How totally, my children will be totally disgusted.
That's
Dad spent all the money on pot again.
Oh man, thank you, Kevin, and you know, thank you, Steve. You know, I'm so excited right now.
If we can do it, all the listeners can do it too.
Yes.
It's very simple.
It's $1 to save the planet, crying out loud. Up for sale, $1 per person.
Yeah. If $1 per person could save the world, would you not give $1?
Yeah.
Let's press that donate button. Timeforhemp.com.
Piece of real estate, it needs some repair, okay? It's a bit run down, yeah. But hey, it's got to be worth $1.
Casper, what are our shows? And I mean, can you? I mean, I'm fascinated by the shows that are happening in other languages on Time for Hemp. Can you you know, just let our listeners know a little bit more about that?
Well, that's the cool thing about being involved with a thing like the marijuana movement is it is a global topic, and when America put forward these horrific policies, it began to have a horrible effect to people in every corner of the planet. But once you realize that, you need to start embracing other cultures too in order to make this change occur as well. And I remember Jack Hare telling me when he hired me on that he wanted to get this message into every corner of the planet and made me promise to help do that. And so, with the help of Mike Bafari and the gentleman who's in France, in Paris, France, we are able to now at least get this into two different languages. Mike Bafari does a Spanish version every Tuesday and Thursday, sometimes from Chile, sometimes from Spain, always from overseas, and it's completely in Spanish, guest music and all, and it is geared strictly to reach that particular audience with this truth, so that they can have a chance to hear the experts in the field speak on this particular topic. And that's true with, I can't pronounce his name, coming out of France. We have an activist who's been active in the marijuana movement about 20 years, and he brings a large audience too. Looking at our stats on Google Analytics, we get a lot of people tuning in from his neck of the woods to hear the French version. And again, it's all in French: the music, the commentary, the guests, the host, every bit of it. And we intend to.
I've got a gamble for you, right? Anybody that doesn't know the name of what hemp is in France has got to hit the donate button. Right, get down now. Come on.
And we're going to be doing it, and we're going to be doing a Japanese version and a German version.
Right, do you know the name of? Do you know what hemp is called in Japanese? German.
Good.
So you lot got plenty of right. You know, France is le chanvre.
Oh, nice. Le chanvre. How do you say that?
I win. I don't have to pay money. I win the competition. You love a smoking pot. You got to pay $1.
I already paid more than that. I paid $5.
Woo!
I got 4 more of those coming.
Other languages, and that's one thing that we want to develop next year as advertising dollars come in.
There you go. I just educated you in 3 languages for $1.
There you go. Thank you.
There you go. That's well done.
So right now we do have Spanish, we have French, and we.
Oh, okay. What's it in Spanish?
Huh?
$1.
Mota.
Mota.
Anyway.
Mota.
Yeah, mota.
And that's what.
Canyamo.
Kenyamo?
True hemp. That motto is smoking stuff. Canyamo.
Kenyamo. Kenyamo.
Kenyamo. That's, did you say that's Spanish?
Canyamo for all our Spanish-speaking listeners.
Kenyamo. Kenyamo.
Okay, so what about Japanese?
Tema.
Tema?
Tema.
Tema.
Yeah, I've got,
Tema.
you know, that's Japanese writing as tattoos, yeah?
Sounded like
I've got it in Chinese written down my legs.
And in German is it?
Humph.
Humph. Almost like us.
You got it.
Humph.
Hanfe. Humph. Yeah.
Wow.
Guten Morgen, good morning, hemp. In German, Guten Morgen, Humph.
Interesting.
It's going to be worth $1, isn't it? Huh? That's cheap entertainment.
That is cheap entertainment. We're all learning how to say hemp in different languages. That's exciting.
Hemp around the world, every culture, in every time, in every place, had a name, a special name for this plant. Not just a common name, a special name. Why did they give it a special name? Because it was a special plant. She's a very, very special plant. Casper, open your email box now and you will see the Green Goddess from the Chalice Well at Avalon. That is the last resting place of Joseph of Amaria and his wonderful box.
Nothing has appeared in my inbox.
Here it comes now then. And she should be landing now. That's from the Chalice Well at Avalon. And the Chalice Well at Avalon was the last known place of where Joseph of Amaria and his consort Mary Magdalena were last seen, as in their human form. Before they left the planet, and they left the information of the Christ consciousness, if you want. He left it everywhere, but in one particular place they left all the information so that it can be compounded, and it was left in the hemp plant. I'm a, you know, you get spiritualists that talk to spirits. I'm a plant spiritualist, and I talk to hemp, and hemp talks to me.
Well, I have often said.
So I'm doing a reading for a quid.
When I've gone into a garden, these beautiful plants, they feel as if.
That's the chalice well. That is the chalice well of Glastonbury, Avalon, the home of Avalon.
Well, these plants seem to have their own aura.
They're not plants, they're spirits.
Yeah, they seem to have something more unique to them than any other plant on Earth.
They're not plants. They're not plants. You can't. You put your hand through them. They're spirits. That's energy. That's the energy of Mary Magdalene and Joseph of Maria. That is the green goddess you're looking at.
Steve, I'm talking about the damn marijuana plants. When you're around them, it's like they got their own little aura, their own little spirit.
Of course they have. They're living. They're talking.
Well, so much more different than a tomato plant or a shrub or a tree.
Yeah, tomatoes are all right, but they're really boring to talk to, tomatoes. Opium's quite a good one to talk to, but she gets you lost. She gets you all over the place, yeah? DMT's quite an interesting one to talk to. But really, the interesting one of all of them is the cannabis plant.
I have a question about you know, like the green goddess.
Yeah.
So it's a feminine energy spirit.
Of course, the hemp plant has two plants. She's male and female. The male is only there to really pollinate the female. It's the female that does all the work. She's the fibre. The male basically pollinates the female and then basically bends over, falls over and dies. Pretty much same as the male once he's finished his business. You can get a very fine fibre off of her, but besides that, he's not much good for anything other than pollination.
Yeah, I'm captivated by that photo that you sent. I looked at it for a very long time, and I did some research because, you know, I said Avalon, because, you know, like you think of a lot of times people believe that Avalon's a mystical, like it's mythical. It's not like it's if it doesn't.
Mystic.
It did like it.
It is mystical.
I didn't know it was real. That was the thing. It was like.
Yeah, Avalon exists, and that's just down the road. Just down the road from there, of course, is where Merlin's cave is, in King Arthur. The Tintagel. You go to the blue cave of Merlin, and you can sit in his cave and talk to him. He's still there.
See, and that's that's the thing about America is that we're an infant country. You know, I mean, not an infant country, but an infant.
You got a lot of your history. You didn't take a lot of your history with you. You fled these lands.
Exactly. And
By the time you got to the new land, you were so busy trying to survive and sustain yourself that some of the information didn't travel over with you.
well, and it seems like that we've tried as hard as we can to keep a lot of information about our country from surfacing over the years.
Absolutely.
Rather than allowing it to surface. Whereas
information of your country was held by the natives, and unfortunately, you know what happened there. They held this knowledge too, but it got ripped out for whatever reason. But she's there. She's at Avalon. That's her. She's there. She's waiting. She's always been waiting. She's waiting for us to wake up and say hello. She never lost sight of us. She's always been looking at us, going, hello, hello, hello. You want some food? All right, give you some seed. Hey, you want some clothing? Oh, yeah. You want some buy out? Oh, I'll tell you what. You're all pretty sick at the moment. Have some medicine. She'll give us anything we need. She will feed us anything we need. Anything we ask of her, she will give us.
yeah, and you know what? You're not off base there at all, Steve. I mean, so far from what I've seen with the hemp plant, it provides. It does. It provides.
It provides. It's a giver. And she don't just provide by one. She provides by 100. She gives it times 100. She gives and gives and gives and gives, and she will care. And once we start caring for her and loving her, instead of bloody locking her up and treating her like some common criminal, she will love us even more.
hope so.
She'll clean our skies, she'll restore our land, she'll educate our children, she will clothe us, she will feed us.
Yeah.
It's more than smoking it. That's a great way to do it. Put your body in her, embrace her, almost make love to her. She will caress you.
She's kind of a Mara Mama.
Yeah, man.
It's fascinating to me that there's. It's funny that you're mentioning this. I had recently somebody contacted me through Facebook, and he just said he said his name, and I said, hi, I'm Terry, and he sent me this website of magical seeds and plants that enlighten you and do all kinds of different things, and some music to listen to. And I said, I'm very fascinated by what plants might do for us, and how we have lost our connection to that. I mean, obviously, we've had discussions, North Blatt and Kevin, and even on the show, about what psychedelics, like mushrooms and cannabis and ayahuasca and DMT and all of the things that you get from nature that cause insight or evolution. And I'm not the only there's many people. Terrence McKenna's talked about this. The comedian Bill Hicks, actually, his material on drugs and hallucinogenics was he was in the line of Terrence McKenna. And so, to talk about it as being, spirits connected to it, I personally believe, I believe you, Steve. I looked at that picture and I saw, I was like, wow. And but sometimes I think that there are certain people that also don't go that far into believing that yet, or they
They
don't.
can believe what they want, that's fact. They can believe anything, they can make their own story up if they want, but that's fact in front of you.
Well, there was a study done I believe back in the 70s, and then again here recently, about plants, responding to music, responding to stimuli, responding to being yelled at, being talked to nicely, being appreciated, and then and the various ways the plants react, and it's I mean, I think it's pretty apparent that these things are living.
What happens when you ingest them? When you ingest these plants, what happens? They talk to you. They give you visions. They give you dreams. They take you outside of the realm of where you're standing inside your concrete jungle. The ancients always know this. What a stupid thing to think that we can't depend a world without nature. A world of the plastic nylon curtains surrounding us, blocking our dreams. We're a race of dreams. We've dreamt this here. The Aborigines dream time. They dreamt it in. Without the dream, look what we're doing today. We're dreaming a future. As soon as we stopped talking about governments, we all got really positive again and started talking about the future. The minute we got bogged down in politics, it all got a bit, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. They ain't going to do anything. We're going to bring the Emerald Age back to the nation. It's the reverberations of the nations. The healing of the nations will come forward once we reintroduce this plant in its total entirety. Not legalisation or decriminalisation. Yeah, I want to go to a really good shop and buy really good quality extracts because I don't have time to do them myself. Yeah? But if I did want to do it myself, I want the right to do it myself.
That's right.
When I want to go and buy flowers, I go to the florist. Why? Because I haven't got time to grow them in my garden. And I don't want to go down to the local park and cut them because they look really nice there. I go to the florist.
But I'll be goddamned if anybody's going to tell me that I have to go to the florist to get them.
Exactly. That's an option which is open. Exactly. If you're busy on the radio sorting all that out, you ain't got time to be at home sorting a bit of that. Your mate will grow you a few plants. So on your way home from work, pop in to see you. Hey, oh, that's a babe, that one. I'll tell you what, I'll have a few grams of that. That's sorted me out, and I've been working hard. Same as when you want to, the wife that you didn't kill, maybe one time you popped into the forest and borrowed a bunch of flowers. You didn't sit there and grow them for 6 months, or go down the park and nick them. You decided with the money that you made from making the hemp time work for all of us, you went and spent a few dollars down the florist. That's the way it works.
And you know what? I feel like maybe I got a message from the Green Goddess, and she says to punch that donate button.
The Green Goddess says, keep us alive.
There's a picture on this site. You can share that and look at it and just give her a $1. It's worth that. To have a look
You know,
at it.
I'll upload it to. I'm gonna upload it to. You know, I'll show it to you. I'll put it up in trips.
There's no copy. If
yeah.
you see it,
And
print
you
it
know,
on a
we'll
nice bit of
put it
paper,
in.
put it in the front and give this hemp for time $1.
Yeah. I mean,
It
we'll
worth it.
we'll upload the picture. You know, and yeah. It's beautiful. It's really lovely. It's such a beautiful photo. Yeah, it's just amazing. I can't wait to post it. I thank you, Goddess, for yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it's not Photoshop, by the way. If they give it to the tech heads, they will tell you that's not a Photoshop shop. That is how it is. Yeah.
You can tell that you can see the little numbers of the photo, the picture that it was taken.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing. All right, so we do need to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back with the last segment of Hollywood Hemptress Hour. Stay tuned.
Press the donate button, press the donate button, press the donate button. Can you hear me, America? Can you hear me, England? I still got nothing from my inbox. Yes.
Casper.
Casper, I've got nothing come through in my inbox.
I'm here.
You
Went
know.
ahead and just dropped all the information into your Skype window.
Who, me? Steve?
Yes.
Yeah?
If you look into your private Skype window, I just went ahead and copied and pasted all the information in there.
Well, I'm having a look now.
Casper, can we play that Washington, Colorado thing as it comes out?
Sure.
Okay, thanks.
And then you want your bumper music after that?
Sure. Yeah, that's good. That sounds good.
Yeah, I think so. Here we go. I've got it, Casper. It starts off with, Dear Steve, thank you again for your interest, blah, blah, blah. That's the one, isn't it?
Right. Now, did it come to your inbox too, or did you just find it in Skype?
I found it in Skype. That's good enough. I can take it out of there right now. I hope.
And then the ad rates are also at the bottom of that too.
Yeah. Well, I think we sorted that out this morning, what we're looking for. This is just to put out there and tell the people why they need to press the donate button, and I'll go out and find you the money in the next 4
Is
days.
that everything that you needed, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I haven't read through it, but it's just a sort of an overview of what you are and what we do. And it's basically give us some dosh. And I'll tell you what, I am a very, very, very good salesman. I was brought up on the barrows of London, selling apples and bananas and all that shit. If you know, I don't leave without my money. You get two choices. You either get me standing there, wrapping your ear all day, or pay your money. Simple.
Well, let's hope you can bring us some luck then, Steve. We need it.
Yeah, man.
Wait, you know what? It's gonna happen. And
Well,
Steve,
it can't not happen.
right?
If it doesn't happen, we haven't got a future.
Yes.
I think one of the reasons why it hasn't happened is because Terry and I are just now starting to open our mouths and ask and let people hear we are. Right, Terry?
Right. I mean, we're just barely. I mean, we've just been getting started. But I'm you know I have faith in it. That
International competitions. Who raised the most money last week? It was the UK. Yes, we beat the Yanks yet again.
We got going for us is the amazing team of people. Plus, the reason why American Freedom Radio found me years ago is because they did a Google search in different countries trying to find good content and good quality production about marijuana and hemp. And every time they did a Google search, the only content that they found in other countries was time for hemp that was of any merit. and the same with our country. So it seems like apparently what we're doing, we've got the corner on the market. Nobody else is doing what's happening in Time for Him. Nobody.
Oh, you're 10 years ahead of your time. This is the formula to follow. As soon as I sussed this out, I mean, I've been on 3 times, and then suddenly it just hit me last night. I need to get all the people in the UK together. What a better way of doing it? Go for it. And as soon as I put it out there, they all saw it. You know, it's one of those fundamental truths. Time for Hemp is the central hub for Time for Hemp, where we can trade our information, talk freely about what we know, pass on our information, have a laugh and a joke while we're doing it, spread some knowledge, show the Green Goddess. Yeah, how many other radio stations this morning throughout the world can put up a picture of the Green Goddess?
Right. None.
Hello?
No.
Hello? Did the Vatican do it this morning? No, they got pictures. They won't tell anybody about it though, because it's a female entity, and they want you to believe it's a male entity. Bunch of pricks.
Well, we're coming back.
Okay.
Drink alcohol or smoke cigarettes. I relax with something science has proven is much safer, marijuana. And I want to buy it somewhere that charges taxes to pay for schools and roads, just like alcohol and tobacco. What do you think should profit? Are schools and roads or drug dealers?
Visit the Marijuana Policy Project Foundation at joinmpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Education and information. See what all the buzz is all about. It's time for hemp. It's time for hemp.
May I interject with something I think is budgetary?
What is that?
I smoked marijuana before the show.
You did.
Yes, I did. I wanted to find out what the effects would be if I came onto a television show under the influence of the marijuana, and since we are filming here in the state of Washington, it is legal, and I have no problem with that. I had to find out what would happen.
Well, actually, I don't think it's right, but we're really not in the state of Washington.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah, we're not in Washington.
Oh, my
Hey,
God.
he's gonna get busted. Isn't that
No,
classic?
I will not be busted if I don't be turning
As a
myself
matter of fact,
in.
we're gonna call the. I'm gonna get like, hey,
Please.
Trooper Declo, let's call right now.
Please do.
Okay.
I should be
Thank you so
punished
much.
because of what I've done. It's illegal, and
And you should, and I'll
I
spank
should
you
pay the
too.
price.
I will spank you.
Well, now,
You should be
I
punished.
was told that you would be coming on to me sexually. They warned me ahead of time. They said something about you and men with mustaches. They said perhaps you'd like to remove your costume. I thought they were trying to trick
That's
me.
been with real mustaches, not fake ones.
I
All right.
still have my lower
No,
mustache.
the
You
man
know,
that
I
I'm
made
gonna
this
just have
choice.
to like disguise himself because he's embarrassed to like be associated with marijuana at all.
You don't like role play then, I guess. Fine. You don't want any costumes? We'll do it.
You know what?
Bareback if you want to. I'll show you no costume.
All right. Thank you for watching, listening to. I want to thank our guest, Dr. Detective, Sergeant Detective.
That does not sound sincere.
No,
You're not really thanking me.
I want to thank this man
You
next.
brought me here to make fun of me.
I am. You too.
I
We'll be
feel
right
as though I've
back.
been flim-flam. Can we get a car down here? Hello? It's the Weather Channel. I don't know how to get it.
And that was Sergeant Detective Harry Palmer Jr., retired in that clip. So, gosh, I actually thought it was a different clip. I don't know why. I go, wait, this has the wrong title on it. Anyway, it still worked. Well, you know what, you guys, we're getting close to the last segment of the show. And Steve, you know, you've just had so many wonderful things to say tonight, and you know, I'm glad to have you back on again.
Thank you for having me on. It's a real breath of fresh air. It is. You can feel the wind of change coming. As Bob Marley said, it's an exodus. Listen carefully, you will hear. Yeah, she's blowing through the air. She's part of the air. Breathe her in. It's a good one. The beginning of that sponsorship was about school or something, getting the taxis and paying for the school. Right, very briefly, I'll show you how to grow a new school. You get some seed, get the kids, they put the seed in the ground, they grow the plant, right? They harvest the plant, they take the biomass, they turn it into hempcrete, they build themselves a hemp school. The next year they grow another crop and they make all the paper, and then the year after they make all the school clothing. That's an education.
Yes.
Yeah. That's quick, isn't it?
Yes.
Did you understand it? Put a seed in, biomass, turn it into a building. Kids go into the building, grow another crop, grow the paper to education themselves, then they can grow some clothes and they grow some food. That's real education. Anything else they teach them in now, all you've got to do is teach them how to use Google. Every bit of information children need these days is at their hands. We don't have to fill their brains up with the 1776 first draft of the Bill of American Independence was written on hemp paper. We don't have to go down that road. Yeah, it's all there on Google. Google is the new education system. We've just got to teach our children how to live.
I'm not taking no education from Google. I worked for them long enough to know that they are shadier and they give bad information.
Well, they found Gasper. Right? Just to read down the radio.
They found Casper.
By Google.
Well, the internet is definitely, I think, it's the information superhighway. So, I mean, I know that I have a lot more knowledge since I've been spending time on the internet, and you're able to get information instantly, and just by going on Facebook and just listening and seeing what posts are happening and what what articles and comments and. I mean, you can't even, I mean, you can't even compare to what's out there that you can study. No need to go to a library, I mean, really, you don't even have to turn the television on. What?
All the knowledge of the world is at our hands. It's like having the library of the great Alexandria back again before the Romans ransacked it and ripped up all the ancient knowledge. God knows what was in there. Most probably the blueprints for how to build spaceships and pyramids. Who knows? Because but here we are again. We have now where we can walk about with a telephone and have the whole knowledge of the world on the end of that telephone. That's the whole. I can download today the whole content of the British Library. I can go in and access all of it.
Yep.
Yeah. From the comfort of my home in Hastings, you can do it from where you are. You don't have to come to London to go to the British Library to sort through all the books, which is a great thing to do, by the way. And also, it's quite a funny one about that. Most of the books that were printed after 1940 are all written on this tree felt paper, which contains up to 37 chemicals, and it only has a shelf life of 100 years before it naturally starts destroying. They're having problems keeping their books they're all in special rooms now. All the old books that were written on hemp paper, you can still go and read them. They let it take you off the shelf because they were written on hemp.
Yeah, I don't even think I've really even touched hemp paper before that much. I mean, except for rolling paper. What?
Have you ever had any foreign currency in your hand?
Oh, okay. Not foreign, hardly. Have I had foreign currency in my hand? Okay, yeah, a couple times. Yes.
Well, there you go. Chances are it's made from hemp.
Yep.
What's our currency made out of?
Plastic.
Really?
Plastic, fantastic for your plastic nation. The plastic.
Yeah, actually, it's cloth and plastic. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got plastic money because you got a plastic president because he supports the plastic industry. He's a plastic man.
Well, I mean, honestly, if you look at the way our economy runs, I mean, very little has to do with money anymore anyway. Most of it's all just numbers on a computer screen.
Numbers on the computer.
We don't have enough currency to sustain the numbers that are going back and forth on the computer screens.
So can you push some buttons to push some numbers and zeros to Casper's way, please? Press the button.
Press the button, and not the wrong button. We're not talking about the bad button. We're talking about the donate button.
I just don't know where that's at. It's on timeforhemp.com website. It's you go about halfway down the homepage to the right-hand side. There's a little yellow button, and it says donate. Hit it. It's super easy.
Right,
well, thank you for clarifying that for people.
It's absolutely massive because I like pushing big green buttons. I don't like pushing little yellow ones.
Yes. I also want to thank North Blatt Forsgren for being here, and we've missed you.
I'm so sorry, Terry, that I've been gone. To be perfectly honest with the fans out there, my my second car took a shit on us this week. And so I've been getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and driving my wife to work, and then coming back home to get the kids up and drive them to school before coming back home again and going to work at Rent RV for 8 to 10 hours every day.
See,
So-
I mean, and look how much you've been here.
In any other industry, you'd be on 150 grand a year with what you know.
Say what now?
If you was working in any other industry with the knowledge that you know, if your knowledge was, say, not hemp but cotton or nuclear fuel or drone technology, you'd be worth 150 grand a year.
Oh, goddamn right.
That's goddamn right.
150 grand a year right now.
Absolutely.
I just need to get some fucking, somebody to fucking notice it.
Right.
Well, I know.
Now donate.
Donate.
Donate. And I also want to thank. We're actually at the end of. We need to like almost sign out here. Let me see. I think we have. Is it 55 till? I got to put my glasses on. Oh no, we got 2 minutes. I got 2 minutes. So I want to thank Kevin Korn too for also being here. And like he hasn't for just he hasn't missed a show with me since you signed on. So. And I don't mean that in no disrespect to you, North Black, because I totally understand what's going on. But I mean, it's hard to get people to come.
Every day.
It's hard to get people to come, to make sure that they're here on a regular basis. So, I just want to say thank you for you being here too. And also, I want to thank Casper Leach for creating Time for Hemp and for being the voice of this movement for as long as you have. I mean, how long have you been doing Time for Hemp, Casper? Is he gone?
About 23 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
23 years.
Yeah. 23 years you've been doing Time for Hemp?
I've been doing it I started in the television series made its debut January 5th, 1990.
Wow. I found you about 95.
1991.
Yeah. About 95 I found you the first time. What a breath that night was. Found you on the internet.
And actually, Casper, you were the first person to ever interview me about cannabis.
A lot of people have told me that. I'm the first person to ever interview them.
Yeah.
Are you saying you broke her in?
Yeah, he did. Because at the time I had been not involved at all. I was involved in a raid, Steve. I was in the doctor's office that was in the same building as a medical marijuana dispensary in California, and the dispensary got raided. And the DEA held us all by gunpoint. And then after that, because of the fact that I had access to the press and in the city that I lived in, which was Pasadena, California, I had done an American show here called Last Comic Standing on NBC, and they had done some articles and stuff like that on me, like Hometown Girl does good kind of thing. And I had been there's some controversy that happened up here in Portland with one of the weekly magazines, and then they wanted to do a sister article, and it happened the day that I was to call them to do this sister article online, I was in the raid. So then when they said, well, we want to talk to you immediately, unbeknownst to like what was going to happen to me in my life, I was like all of a sudden on the cover of the magazine with the American flag behind me and the words "Bongloads of Justice" and how a DEA raid turned me into a missionary for medical marijuana. I'm blowing marijuana smoke in the paper, and and so all this stuff had happened, and like one of the first people that called me up and contacted me was Casper Leach to do an interview on Time for Hemp. So yeah. That's what happened.
I think sometimes we forget how hard some of these guys who work, Chris, Conrad, and Jack, resting, and there's the roll call is massive. How much they put in to get us here.
Yeah.
And we few along the way.
Yeah, I mean it.
Hey guys, look, I've just realised the real time. I've got to check out. I love you all. I'll speak to you soon. Yeah, and I'll get on to that today, Casper. Good boys. Bless you all.
Bless you.
Hey, Steve.
Good night,
Have
Steve.
A good one, Sir Danks.
And that's our show. We will be back. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Thank you for listening. And make sure that you press that donation button.
great show in the can.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So we just uploaded 113 pictures from the Wu Tang show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This is the last week of broadcasting for the year. We come back on the 6th of January.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay.
Our last day of broadcasting for 2013 will be Sunday. And
Okay.
taking all next week and the following week off. And then on the, I think it's the 6th, let me look here, January 4th. Yeah, we start broadcasting again on January 6th.
Sounds good.
Cool. Like it. Love it. Hopefully we get some money today.
Thank you for your donation, Kevin. I appreciate it.
No problem, buddy. Just trying to get the ball rolling. Get started.
Get something going. And I will be doing that the week after Christmas. I will go hit up every dispensary that I can find. I'll walk straight in and say, hey, this is North Platte Forestry with the Hollywood Hemptress and the Time for Hemp Network. And if you guys aren't part of this experience yet, then you need to be. There's no reason why they shouldn't be a part of this experience, and if they aren't, then they're obviously just in it for the money. So.
Well, now we've also got great content they can check out. And didn't Sasha do a good job on fixing the website?
Absolutely.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That website looks great. This picture right there will not let me tag anybody.
All right, we'll have a good night. Call me tomorrow, Terry, and we'll call Magic Butter.
Okay, all right. Love you.
Love you too. Good night.
Okay.
Good night, Casper.
Oh no, wait. No. Oh my God, you're still here. We're gonna goodbye. Um, actually, I'm supposed to be like talking to Northblatt. Oh shit.